Good evening, YPC. Welcome to the Week 6 wrap up. Just to touch bases about some things. Real quick, as far as playoffs, I've got a text in regards to playoffs. If there's some confusion on one owner, there must be a little bit of confusion out there. With the way playoffs work, the way we've done it in the past, we won't change anything, is top four from each division. So top four from the AFC, top four from the NFC. After those 8 teams go into the playoffs, we do seeding according to overall record. So if you have, there could be four, and it looks like it this year, we're going to have 4 teams for the NFC being the seed 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the other 4 teams in the other division will be seeds 5 through 8. So if there is a tie, we go to points forced. So hope that explains things. If you have any questions, let me know. We have 2 5-1 teams, 2 4-2 teams in the NFC, and we have Lions down there at 3-3, and Des Bryant starting to put Des Bryant's family beatdown starting to put some things together at 2-4. He's beating teams that he needs to beat in order to get in the playoffs. So you can make a little run there. You are putting up some points, not like Nick at 931.7, who continuously texts me to give him some love. So there's your love again. Serious points being put up. So he is at 4-2. He has a chance to make a little run. It's a highly competitive NFC. AFC is just a big old traffic jam at 2-4 over there. So just want to touch on that real quick. Touch on the standings and touch on how playoffs work. We're gonna start with the champ versus me this week. Fortunately, I got a much needed win. Put Uncle Ruben at 2-4, same as me, 2-4. He's on a 3-game skid. It's not a big deal until you get 5. All right, Ruben. Then you got problems. Then you got some problems going on. With this game, there really wasn't. It was a fly over here. There wasn't anything too exciting about this game. Antonio Gates scores 2 touchdowns, his first 2 touchdowns of the season, and a horrible loss last night. Everything else is really not too exciting. No one really blew up. No one really did anything too exciting. So puts us both at 2-4. Like I said, the traffic jam in the AFC. Uncle Rube scored 94.6, which is the lowest this week. So we're gonna give him a little bit of gas face, which is a bummer because he gets the loss too. So going to scoreboard again. We're gonna go to Jimmy versus Ben. 140.6 to 104.8, putting Jimmy at 5-1, which we talked about. He's going to be playing Rude this week for battle of first place in the NFC. The big thing here was Jordy Nelson scoring 3 touchdowns on Sunday night, and also Jeremy Maclin scoring 37. That's the difference. Other than that, his team really didn't do much, Ben. So you have Vincent Jackson at 22. You have Ben Roethlisberger at 35. Danny Wood had a decent game as one of your backs, but when you got those are some serious numbers being put up over there. Matt Ryan didn't do anything, so unfortunately for you, Ben, this game would have been perfect, ripe to be picked for a win because Matt Ryan didn't do anything. But with Michael Turner scoring the same amount of points as Rodgers, the number 2 back, I thought that against the Raiders, I thought he would have put up at least 15 points, and that would have been very helpful. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. So 5-1 Jimmy and 2-4 Ben. I think Ben's on a 3-game skid now after that. So that's a shitty thing too. Rudy versus Took. Rude 146.1 to 119.9. Putting Rude at 5-1. Took at 2-4. Phillip Rivers killed you, and Peyton Manning helped Rude. So you guys were close going into last night. But unfortunately, it didn't. Wes Walker and Calvin Johnson, you got great production from them. Your backs just did really shitty. And when you're going against the triplets, Richardson didn't do much because he got hurt. And that's one of those things where one guy doesn't produce, it's prime for the picking. So, unfortunately, that didn't help out. You didn't get enough points to help out. Richardson's not scoring much, but. Rivers is not doing well for you. That's what hurt you. Looking at your bench, nothing too exciting there. Sidney Rice, but you're not going to start Sidney Rice over your other backs. Your other wide receivers. So nothing too exciting there. Highview versus Ruben. High score of the week with Highview, 180.6 over Ruben, 101.7. which was the highest margin this week, 79 points almost. You know, our Robert Griffin getting 50.9 points, and then Wallace and Des Bryant. Nice production from your players. Unfortunately, Rubes, you know, I mean, what are you going to do with 50.9, 26, and 34 from three guys? Unbelievable. You have Darius Moore on the bench at 24, but that ain't going to help you with the win. And Andrew Luck had a shitty game. DeMarco Murray gets hurt. And the big thing here is, you know, you have Bradshaw at 22 points. Your next highest scorer is your kicker, which is, you know, that's all I need to say. Rubes at 4-2, still, you know, still in the hunt in the NFC, not a big deal. Denny's at 2-4 and putting up some impressive numbers, so we'll see what happens going down the stretch. Next one is Sheepy versus B, 157.3 over to 129.4. Sheepy's 3-3, B's 2-4. You know, Vic puts up some impressive numbers. It was a good game. You guys put up quite a few points, both of you. But with Aaron Rodgers throwing 6 touchdowns, I mean, I know how that goes, Shippy. You know, get your ass kicked by something. And yeah, I mean, you put up Michael Vick put up a decent, you know, to battle him, put up some decent numbers. But when, you know, it's a 24-point discrepancy there, and not getting any help. You know, some decent help from Roddy and McCoy, but everything else was kind of hit and miss. So, anyways. Unfortunately, you go to 3-3. You're first in the AFC at 3-3, which is going to put you, I think, in 6th place, tied for 5th with Lions Den if you're in the other division. So I just thank God I'm in the AFC with my shitty season. So we'll see what happens. Get in the playoffs and have a couple wins and see what happens. So B got the highest player this week with 65.6, obviously with 6 touchdowns. That trade looks like it's paying off for you a little bit. So, and I think this week even Chris Johnson scored some points, so that was nice for you. You know, better than scoring 2 points like he has been. 15.4 is what he did this week. So, the last game was Lions Den versus Black and Pants. 2 pretty big scores: 137.1, 172.1. You know, unfortunately for Lions, then it was the Andy Dalton show and going to AJ Green, which is a nice combo. But you know, it's one of those things. As I'm interested to see if Dalton can put it up and continue doing it. As Dalton goes, so does Green go, and as Green goes, so does Dalton. So we'll see what happens. You know, Marshawn Lynch didn't do much. Jamal Charles didn't do much. So that's nice. You had a chance to get the win, but you know, with Piercy Harvin going off, AJ, you know, Green going off, and Dalton going off, 172. You know, it's putting up a lot of points. You know, putting Black and Pants at 4-2 and Lions Den at 3-3. You know, Sheepy, back to your game. The one thing I was gonna say there is you had 150 something points on the bench too. 152.5 on the bench, and one of those guys was a bye. So you had 7 guys score 152 points. That's wild. Sorry about that. Jumping things real quick. I just remembered I wanted to touch on that. So Lions Den is at 3-3. Black and Pants is at 4-2. You know, everybody. There's still a long season ahead. I mean, we're only halfway done. Make sure you work those waivers. Next week we have the game of the week, which is going to be 5-1 versus 5-1, and there's a lot of 2-4s playing each other. Ruben versus Black and Pants. You know, giving his self-righteous plugs. Ruben, let's see what's going on. You know, see what happens. Put up or shut up. You know, me and Busta going head-to-head, and let's see, Sheepy versus Denny, Lions Den versus Ben, Took versus the champ. So we'll see what's going on. Good luck, gentlemen. Put in your Thursday night game, San Francisco versus Seahawks. All right, good luck. Peace.